Hey guys, welcome to Lovely J Podcast. It's yours truly, Miss Coco Boughton. Y'all, I am here today with a cooking chat for you. I'm cooking some hamburgers, frying some hamburgers, and just gonna make a regular hamburger for the day. Nothing over the top, just a regular hamburger. Maybe put some ketchup on it, mayo. That's it. Don't even know if I'm gonna put cheese on it, but possibly I could. But yeah, I wanted to talk about something that I realized that I have, and I don't know about other women that are my age, maybe 45 and older. As we get older, we lose interest in certain things. If you hear this meat frying back here, by the way, let me stop right quick. If you hear this meat frying back here, it's because I am frying the hamburgers right now doing this live. So y'all know how we do. We cook and chat. Cook and chat. But getting back to it. Now, as I'm getting older, I started to realize that I just don't hold attention for certain things. It's like my body knows what it wants, and my brain knows what it want to hear. It knows what it wants, what it craves to hear. And if I'm not getting fed that, it's like an automatic turn off. I'm not talking about just for guys. I'm talking about anything I do in life. If I am not getting fed from that, if it's not making me glow, if it's not making me, want more and more out of life, then it's like an automatic turn off for me. And so I noticed that it was certain things that I could do and say, and I just get so turned off by, certain things. People would ask me to join with them in certain things, and I realized that the reason why I was turning down people wasn't because I was an introvert and just wanted to stay home. I was turning down people because I really didn't like what they were offering. Now take that how you take it, but sometimes people just are not on our level. I didn't like what they was offering, and so I stopped going to a lot of things that did not benefit me spiritually and that would help me in my growing season. Because that's one thing about a growing season. If you are in the midst of growing and you're getting fed food that don't make you grow, it turns you off. So it was places I really wanted to go. And then when I would get there, it'd be like, oh man, what did I do this for? Why did I come here? And it was just, I know y'all, that hamburger is so loud. Why y'all so loud? And it's popping on me too. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is. In dating, I think because I've been through so much that it's not that I want a man to come correct. It's not that at all. It's not that I'm even looking for a perfect man. But if he comes, I want him to have something that he feeds me, that I can stay, that I can keep looking forward to. Whether that's good, I'm more turned on by good conversation than I am a man just walking by looking good and, really filled out. I'm more turned on by conversation and brain. Like I like a man that talk to me, not yell at me. I like a man that talk to me. And as an introvert, a lot of times I'll stay here in the house. And it's not because I'm not in a dating mood, but right now this is just, it feels good to me being at home. And sometimes I talk to guys and they be like, this here a big turn off for me. When they say, well, can't we meet halfway? Well, you a man. I mean, what you mean, can we meet halfway? I feel like this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. And I know we up in 2024, but I'm still from the old school, baby. I love men that want to make sure that woman is protected so he won't take me out of my comfort zone too soon. Because he cares about my feelings and my wellness. And he cares that, I want to make sure that, he wants to make sure that I'm in the safest place and he can give me the best version of himself, which is usually who he really is, The best version of yourself is going to be who you really are. I don't care how old you get or how many accolades you have by your name or whatever. The best version of yourself is when you are being yourself. Even if that's cocky, arrogant, that's still your best version of you. It's who you are. And people will respect you more for being who you are than to pretend being somebody who you're not. So for me, when I would talk to some guys on the chat line or, guys I would just meet in general, if they would be like, can you meet me halfway? Can you cut me? I say no. And they'd be like, man, that's some beat. They just didn't really they didn't want to understand where I was coming from as a woman. Because I'm from the old school, so as a woman, I feel like a man should put forth that effort to let me know that he really does care. Even in the beginning, there are things that you can do to let a woman know that you are sincere about her time and you are serious about getting to know her. And usually when those men wasn't like that, I just move on. Because you don't want to get involved with somebody who's gonna say every time you turn around, let's go half on this, let's go half on that. The key to I think good relationships is you both give 100. And that means, if I can't do something, you can do it. If you can't do something, then I can do it. Now, but on the first dates, that man should be giving, the impression that at least he cares. Ooh, why am I coughing? I got choked on something. Hold up, y'all. And it should not be about money on the first day with the guy. The guy should just be willing to do what he's supposed to do as a man. I think we need to get back to traditional courting. That's what I think. Because I don't see how these women are having any fun out here just getting with guys, and I don't know. I can't say for them. I can only say for me that, yeah, I easily lose. I can easily get uninterested in a man easily. I'm not bipolar and I don't have any of the ADHD or anything. It's just that it's just certain things. If I don't feel it, I just don't feel it. And this part right here, if I'm feeling you, and then you keep doing stupid stuff, and in my mind and to you, I keep forgiving you for the little stupid things you're doing. But if you keep on doing it, yeah, I become uninterested. It's not like I just look at guys and say, hey, nah, I don't want you, or I ain't interested in you. No, it has to be something there for me not to be interested in you. It has to be that I saw something in you that made me interested in you at the beginning, and then you did something that just took that away. That's how that thing works for me. And because because my personality type is introvert, y'all, this stuff is popping me. Hold up, let me move you over there a little bit. Because my personality type is an introvert, I just don't want to go back and forth with anybody anymore. I don't like hurting people's feelings, for one thing. And so, rather than go back and forth with somebody, I'd rather just say, look, it ain't working, and I'm gone. And if you don't get the picture, you're going to feel it in my actions, because the more you try, the less I'm going to try. It's just going to show in my actions. That saying people used to say, you should have caught me when I cared. when I first heard was the time for you to do the right thing, not now. So I do lose interest quick in people like that. And that goes for in business. Right now, I'm fighting with myself right now because I'm losing interest in radio. In gospel radio, I'm losing interest in that. I'm not losing interest in my podcast, but it's just in that gospel industry that I am losing interest because it's like the more people are showing me who they are, it's like I don't want to be in that type of environment. That's not good for my spirit, It's not good for me. The more they show me who they are. And then it's this side of me that's saying, well, you're doing God's work. So how about you continue to do radio and just don't deal with them? And then it's this person over here, this middleman that's saying, well, how can you be saying you're doing God's work and not deal with them? So, y'all, the war is on in the mind. If I want to stay a gospel radio DJ or not. If I want to continue or not. I've been in this thing about, I think, 11, 12 years now. And these last 4 years have not been good. Last 3 years. Since 2019, since 2019, things haven't been good for me. And I'm not getting I'm getting some artists sending in music, but I'm not getting a lot like I used to before. Before, I used to get so many artists that it was like I would have a hard time choosing what song to play. But now, my selection is so few, I don't have a hard time. I just go to that same little file and just, But I'm starting to lose my interest in it. And I just pray that God guides me on if this is for me, or if it is for me to leave, or is this one of the moments where I'm having a growth spurt and just, going through the motion with it. As I'm growing up out of people, because I got to grow up out of people, even in gospel music industry, you got to grow out of people. You can't, if you've been around the same people for 10, 12 years, then chances are, that's why I'm still stagnant, because those people ain't doing much themselves either. And here I am, I'm not doing much either. So that's the kind of talk that I've been having with God lately. Do I want to continue in gospel radio? Because I've always said from day one, some of the meanest people that I met are in the gospel industry. I said that from day one. When I first came over to the gospel side, I was like, oh my goodness. These people are so mean over here. They're cocky, they're arrogant. And now to be blackballed, I feel it. I feel it. Like, it doesn't matter where I go, I feel it. And I didn't expect that to happen in the gospel industry. But it's true. People don't want to associate with me because of whatever has been said on me. And it does affect how I look at things. I was expecting myself, by now to be making at least the thousands of dollars by now. Doing radio, doing promotions, doing advertising. I was expecting that by now, at least my income could have been $1,000 a month from doing this, but it's not. I'm not even making 2 cents a day. Barely. Some days I might make 2 cents. Some days I might make 10 cents. But through the podcast, but it's not even. I'm not gonna say it's not worth doing, because it is worth doing, because I do love God, and I do know that some people out there are being touched. I do know that some people, it's not about being recognized. But some people do let me know that they listen to my stations. And that helps me a lot too to keep me going. Let me see something right quick, y'all. These little burgers are frying like a... Yeah, so right now I'm dealing with that, deciding if I want to continue with the gospel show, which was my first show ever that I ever did on my own. And I guess things will just have to go from there. But I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure the reason why I'm feeling like this is not because it's a fight, but it's a moment to grow. I'm pretty sure this is a growth spurt moment. Stop begging these people for music. Cause I put out there when I want music, when I need music. But then sometimes there's some people that, I just keep going to them over and over and be like, hey, can you send your music here for my radio station? I've had some artists even tell me, you got to pay me to play my song. And I'm like, okay. So it's not that anything has been easy, but I can lose interest in the things I'm supposed to do if I don't stay focused. And that's why I don't want nobody pulling and playing on my mind. I don't want to end up with men who don't have, my best interest at heart. And they want to pull and tug on me, but then when I say I'm uninterested, then all of a sudden now you get to see the part of them that I never got to see before, which is the part they should have been being with me the whole time. You should have been acting like I was leaving the first from the day one, And then some of the guys that I had met, and this ain't just about guys and dating, y'all. It's not. But I'm giving you examples of what it's like to sit back and see everybody else going forward. And sometimes I feel like I'm stuck, even though I'm not stuck. But mentally wise, I have to unstuck my mind. Is that a word, unstuck my mind? I have to unstuck myself. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it feels right. But I have to get myself together so that I don't fall like I did in when was it? It was 2019, I believe, or when was that thing? When I really noticed that artists, I kept telling the other radio announcers, I said, look, they're just not sending me music. And as far as the dating thing was going, I was telling people, well, they just ain't acting right. So I can't date. As far as business was going, I was saying, I'm not getting, nobody's, coming to me for anything like they used to. People used to come to me a lot for stuff. I used to have hands in a lot of things going on in the music industry. I mean, my hands used to stay full. Like, I always was doing something in the industry. But then it got to that point where, like, it was just, I got uninterested. Things were no longer serving me. It was no longer feeding my spirit. And so it became where I got stuck. And then you got to hear preachers preaching all around you. Get on stuck. You're stagnant. And the whole time I'm sitting like, ooh, they talking to me. Not really realizing they putting me in a stagnant place. And just sitting there continuing to listen to those words repeatedly. That's what had me stagnant. If somebody is preaching stagnation every time they start preaching, you might want to close your ears, because I'm not lying. That's like trying to speak somebody into a trance. And I actually got stuck listening at somebody that kept saying, oh, that's the spirit of stagnation. That's the spirit of procrastination. I was doing good until I started hearing all that. And then, sure enough, it jumped on me. It jumped on to me. Y'all, these burgers are done. But I do lose interest like that. So to stay focused, I do go back to God, and I pray and I talk to God, and I let him know that, like last night, When I get empty, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, this is what I do. This is the honest truth what I do. When I get empty, I got to fill my house with the word of God. I got to fill my mind with the word of God. I just got to go to God. I just got to make it to God. I just have to get up under him. You hear me? And I just have to stay there until something releases from him. I can't move. And if I'm stuck with God, then let me be stuck with God. But I cannot move forward. I can't move backwards. I have to stay where God is at. And right now, in my home, what I have been doing is just playing, preaching, and learning and getting the teachings each night. And that has helped revive me so much. Because I can even get interested in going to church. I mean, that's for anybody. But since playing the preaching and, praying, things are looking better. It's looking better. Yeah. But that's how I can get stuck, though. I can get stuck and uninterested in a heartbeat. So if y'all got them people around you and that's what they like to preach, instead of preaching, at some point you got to preach Jesus. Because I'm not kidding, y'all. If you're not preaching Jesus, it's not going to move anything in anybody's life. It'll move their feet for a few seconds, and then pretty much after those feet move for a few seconds, that's about it. So I try to stay where the word is, because the word is light. Yep, the word will be light to you. Why does this bag look like that? I guess that's the design. Well, y'all, I'm not going to do much with this burger. Just add a little ketchup to it and maybe a little bit of this honey mustard. And maybe some cheese and some honey barbecue potato chips. And that's going to be it on that. And then I'm going to go back there and relax a little while. Yep, I'm going to... Oh, I don't think I got any cheese. Uh-oh. I thought I had some cheese. Let me go check this refrigerator. I thought I had some. Let's see, cheese. Got a little bit of cheese here. Yeah. Cause I was gonna say, girl, man. And I can tell you something else too. If I become uninterested in a man, they stay gone too long. They stayed out of my life too long. Or either they played too long. I ain't just running out on people because I think I'm all that. Nope. Want some juice, y'all. I sure ain't. It's not because I think I'm all that, but it is because I really don't have tolerance for a lot of games in certain areas. Now, depending on what area you're talking about. Let me stop. All right, y'all. What time is... Oh, my goodness. It's 4:13. I need to hurry up and eat because I got to take a bath before I go off today. Oh, I got to hurry and eat, y'all. I did not realize at that time it then just Popped away on us like that. Oh my goodness. Come here, come here, come here. I did not realize that. One thing about it, I'm not going to be hungry again. Got me some chips. I might take these with me to the game. My granddaughters are playing today. I think it's my 3 youngest. No. It is 3 of them playing today. Tyra, Serenity, and London. So the middle kids are playing. That's how I say that. The middle ones. Y'all, let me taste this burger. I'm going to tell y'all how it tastes because I ain't really put no seasoning in it. A lot of times when I cook hamburger, I don't like to put nothing on it. I just like to have the ground beef taste by itself. But sometimes I will get a craving to put seasoning salt, Lawry's seasoning salt on it, or just onion powder. Yup, this is good. And I don't like no juicy burger. I like juicy slaw, juicy chili. But my burger, I like it a little burnt on the outside and cooked just right on the inside. Okay, y'all. Peace, love, and happiness. I've got to go because with y'all on here, I'm not going to eat right. So, and I know y'all want to hear me smack. So, peace, love, happiness. Y'all have a great weekend.